Okay, today we are going to talk about again data file, and in the data file we'll be using some different functions for the textual data, uh, and that is fgets, and next is fputs. So first we have to know actually what is that fgets and what is that fputs. Let's know about that. So fgets and fputs, actually as the name say that, um, so they are the functions, and mostly used for the data file handling programs. So f stands for file, and gets means read the single line, so that's called fgets. Similarly, when we talk about the fputs, then it is also it's a data file handling function, and it is very popular, and most reliable, we can say. Fputs, actually it is used to store the data in a data file, and that storing is done line by line. Not really that much. One another concept of this fgets and fputs is that fgets and fputs we can also use for the inputs like the scanner. So before we talk about the that data file handling programs using fgets and fputs, first we have to know that uh, how to do input using fgets and fputs in our program. So let's go for that, and it's very simple. Fputs, actually it is used to put the output, that is the standard output, and fgets for the that input, and that is stdin. Now let's see an example. So can you see the screen? I think the screen is viewable. I have shared the screen. Okay, fine. Let's write a simple program to input the data. So input using f gets and f puts. So include stdio.h main. Let's declare a variable char name 200. Okay. Now let's go for the input. So printf enter your string with white space. Let's I just said actually we can go for the input using fgets, and for output we use fputs. First let's use fgets. So what is the name of variable? Name, we have to put name here. And what is the size? We have to put the size here, size of, and name. Now since we are going to input, so we have to put stdin. That's all. So it gets the input. So it gets the input from the user. So that's all. And actually this is the syntax how we write. First we have to give the name of variable, as you can see, name. Then we have to give the size of that variable, put inside the parentheses, and after that we have to put the stdin or stdout. So if we are inputting, we have to put stdin, so that file is stream in, and if we are going to out, then we have to put stdout. So that's all. Now to output, we have to put fputs puts, and here is give the name of variable, that is name, and separate this variable with the stdout. So what it does there, it whatever we enter from here, that is taken to the screen using this fputs name. That's all, nothing more we have to do. Return 0. Let's save it. uh, Input and output. So can you see the screen? I think you can see the screen now. It's very simple. Is it clear? So that's all. Let's save it. Now let's run the program. Integer string with white space. Let's give a string here. We are learning. We are learning fgets and fputs. That's all. So let's put enter here. As you put enter, then what happens? It stops and it prints the input data on the screen. So look here. So this was the input, and this lower one, it is the output. So nothing more is there. So this is how we can use these fgets and fputs for the input and the output, and they also can be used in our data file handling. So I think you are clear about this one. If any confusion, use the chat box. No confusion, find them. So do you have any confusion here? Now what we do here, we'll be using fgets and fputs to handle our file, that is data file. So this was just an input and output in this program. Now same concept we will be utilizing to handle the data stored in data file. So how we do that, let's cover that. Actually it helps us to read line by line with white space. In other functions like guess, there was a problem of new line, but actually it does not have any problem, and it easily accepts that new line at the end of string we input, and just accept all the inputs. Now so let's go for the data file handling. So okay, now to write a program, so same process as we did in that previous program. We'll be using that null, return one, etc. And we'll be using fgets with a file pointer, and obviously actually when there is no data it returns null. We can also use UF, but sometimes UF it creates a problem. So why actually we don't use that UF with this one. So fgets actually it has the property to return null if there is no further data to be read. Then it's a closing. That's all. So let's go for inputting and outputting using this one. And further we'll also have some more data using fgets and the fputs. So let's write the program. So control N, so creating new file, uh, storing and reading data using fgets and fputs puts. So include stdio.s main. Okay. Can you see the screen? I think I just zoomed in. If it is not clear, use the chat box so that I'll enlarge that. I zoom in that. Okay, fine. Now let's make a file pointer first. So file pointer is suppose k. Uh, let's make a variable char. Okay, let's give a simple name string. Oh, wait. So k equals to web open file info.txt. Let's open in both reading and writing. So w plus. That's all. After that, so printf enter your data to exit press ctrl plus z. Now let's use the loop here. So while gets, so what is the name variable? String. So string we have to give here, and next we have to give here size of. What is the size of that string? So that is string here, and where we want to store, that is data file here we have to give here. So that's all. And until when actually it accepts the data, when we press that control Z, it has to stop, otherwise it will accept the data. So let's go for that null. We have to put null here. So what this line does, it accepts the data. Since we are going to input the data, so it is not needed. Simply what we do there, just in previous program input what we saw there, how to input stdin. So simple is that. So stdin we have to do here. Now we have to put the data in this data file. So fputs puts. Okay. So fputs we have to put here. After that, mm, what we have to do here? for which variable we are inputting, that is a string, so we have to put a string here. And next is what is the name of pointer. Name of pointer is okay, okay, fine. So that's all, nothing more we have to do. And at last, so we have finished the storing. Since we are also going to read the data, because we have used a plus symbol, so we need to remind that pointer, we have to bring the pointer to original position. So pointer is k. Now again we have to use here same loop. Let's do copy and paste here, and here is, so printer the data are, yeah, slash n. Now here actually what we did there, we just input the data, so we used here uh, stdin, that is standard in, we can say the file strip of the data, and null means it accepts the data until we press Ctrl plus Z. So find them, and this data whatever we enter using this statement, actually that is taken to the file pointer k using this variable string, means it is stored inside the file. Remind, it takes the pointer to original location. Now we are going to read the data, that is line by line. So to read the data, what we have to do there, same concept we have to use, but in this case, since we are going to take the data from uh, data file, so instead of writing stdin, what we have to do, we have to put the file pointer k. We have to put the file pointer k. We have to put the file pointer k, and after that, so nothing more. So instead of writing this puts, just let's simply put here printf to put on the screen as name of variable is string. That's all. Let's close the file. Pointer is k, return z. Let's save it. Data storing and ready. Storing and ready. Let's save it. Okay. So this was a simple program is fgets puts. Now let's run. If there is any bug, we'll correct it. We'll also add that null concept. Wait for a while. So here is the console asking for the input. Let's go for the input. Hello, how are you? In, so again, next slide. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, I am also. Okay, yeah, I am also doing well. So fine. So we have finished the inputs. Now what we have to do? If we want to exit, so we have to push Ctrl and Z, just like UF, and press the enter key. So look here, we have got the output line by line. So first we entered here, hello, how are you? We got it here. You are doing well. We got it here. I'm also doing well. We got it here. So this is how reading and writing we can do using fgets. And it is said that fgets and fputs, they are extremely powerful than all other uh, functions. So any question here? Any question? If any question, just tell me. No questions, fine there. I'm happy that you are getting what I'm speaking here. So any question here? Please use the chat box. If I'm audible, means you can hear me then. Is my sound clear? So this was about the fgets and fputs. So most powerful we can say that function we can use in our uh, so data file in C language. So this is how we can do. Similarly, we can also add some more data and we can read that, we can update that, etc. So fgets actually it has two functions. I just said that it helps us to get the input like scanf, and next is the fgets also helps us to read the data from the data file. So two in one we can say, and we can use it efficiently in our program. Actually, there is no skip up like that new line character, skipping inputs, etc. So that problem we cannot find in this app case. So it is most reliable input function as well as data file handling function. So that's all. Now let's see same program. So let's open the file. Here is file info.txt. So we got the data here. Now suppose we are going to add some more data. Fine. For that we have to do a nothing more. Let's run the program and let's add some more data and see what is happening. So running now. This is second input from user. It says that add some more data. That's a control text enter. So look here, previous data here is, and the latest data it is here. So this is how we can use fgets and the outputs. So nothing more is here. Now, so this shows about the fgets and outputs. We can also use in that uh, complex coding. Most likely it is preferred. And one next advantage is the if a line x is the buffer size, actually it is displayed into multiple reads. So why it is very popular. Next we are going to talk here, that is reading formatted data. So what is this reading formatted data? Reading formatted data simply say that, so read the data is stored in data file in a special format or the given format. So how we store that, in same way it also read that is called format. It helps us to read data from file stream based on a specific format, like if we have given the escape sequence like /t /n, then percentage how many characters we want to uh, use in that width, then That's called formatting. For that, fscanf and fprintf we can use there. And this support the text, means textual data they support. When we talk about the binary, or we don't use binary, or with this fscanf and fprintf. Binary we'll talk later on, but for now we are going to discuss about this fscanf and fprintf. So what is that? Let's know. So fscanf simply says that read the data. It's very simple. Okay, fscanf simply says that read the data, and fprintf simply says that write the data, means store the data. Nothing more is there. Let's see an example clearly. Mm, so creating a new file. So storing and reading data using fscanf. Storing means fprintf we have to put first here, and fscanf. So header file was here first. Int name. Next we have to put your file pointer. File pointer, let's create here. So I'm going to use p. So let's take a string. Here I'm taking a string here, and it equals to hello world, you are beautiful. Okay, now going to store this data, that is string, in this uh, so in a data file using this file pointer. For that, so let's open up file. Let's give name data.txt. Let's give it w. If we want to read, then we have to use plus. Fine. So app printer. What just happened? App printer. So we have to give the first pointer, file pointer we are working with p. Then we have to give the specifier of the variable we are going to use, and the name of variable is string. So string. That's all. Let's put a message. Printer data stored successfully. Uh, Now next we have to put here f plus, that is p, return 0. That's all. So let's save it. App scanner and app reader. Let's run the program. If there is bug, we'll correct that. Okay, so we executed the program and we got the message that data is stored successfully. So it's very simple. Let's see the data is stored or not. So open containing folder. So here is our file. Let's open it. Hello world, you are beautiful. So here is our data. So it's very simple. So this is called fprintf. Means fprintf, which is file handling function, and it is used to store the data in a data file. So how to use that? First we have to put the file pointer, then we have to give the specifier, then we have to list the variables we are using. That's all, closing and so on. But suppose if we are going to read the data, yes, to read the data, so nothing more we have to do. Let's put here w plus, and after that, okay. So let's not close first here. Let's put here rewind p. So we have to read the data. So fscanner to read the data, give the file pointer, that is p, give the specifier as, give the name of variable, that is string. So it gets this data of the variable into that main memory. After that we have to print. So printf string equals to s, then string. After that we have to close the file pointer. That's it. Let's save it. Let's run the program. It is showing error there. Printf string equals to string. So where is the problem? So let's see. Unknown type height. Okay, is a mistake. Print line number 12. Okay, here is. Let's save it. So look here, we have got the hello. That is first word only. Actually, it could retrieve, and next actually it has truncated. So how to use actually for this? For this we have to go for loop. We can see only first word it has printed. Remaining words actually it could not. It became failed to read. And for this we have to use the loop, and using that loop we can print the data. It's very simple. And to do that, what we need here, while fscanner this not equal to here, you have to put it. That's all. So here is the output. We can see, hello world, you are beautiful. So sometimes this is a fish kind of gives a headache. I mean to say that sometimes you download it and UF also becomes fail. So what is the solution of that? Use this one. Means how many variables we are using that? Just put if it is using two variables, put two here. If uh, that is two, put two here. If there is one, if there is three, then three. It works, and just we have to print from here. So I hope you that answer about this one. That is using fscanf and the printf. It also works for the uh, textual data. That is, it is stored the data in text form, and while reading again, it reads the data in text form and the display on the screen. It's very simple. Any queries? So if you have any queries, just let me know. No queries, fine here. So guys, you can use the chat box. I'm just waiting for your message. If you have any query or you want to discuss with me, put your question in the chat box. Questions or query? Okay. No questions here. Fine. So this was just a discussion of the formatted data using fscanf and fprint. Some more examples we'll see later on that. So this is about that. We have already discussed this one. Oh, so we have already discussed the line by line. So next is left random access in data files and as well as binary. So tomorrow we'll discover the random access in data files, how to access the data randomly, how to put the data, store the data randomly in particular location using AppSeek, int, tail, etc. So just tune for tomorrow, and let's be there between 4 and 5 p.m. to discuss more about this one. And if you have any questions, just bring that. We'll discuss that. I'll give the answer of that question. So you can join me tomorrow. So again, same time, that is 4 to 5 p.m. I'll discuss about the C and some other aspect of C language, and gradually I will be switching to JS and the PSP, etc. And we'll also discuss on some projects, actually how to handle the projects using PSP and JS. Uh, okay, so thank you for joining me. And just if you like this, if you think that it was helpful for you, just share in your friend circle, or maybe the senior or the junior. And if you have any complaint, feedback, just let me know. So what betterment can be done in this live session? Uh, uh, if you want to discuss a particular topic, you can also tell me that. I'll also bring the video on that specific topic. So see you tomorrow at 4. Thank you. Take care.